Plans to dispose of vast quantities of unusable protective equipment purchased for NHS workers during the COVID crisis. The Commons Public Accounts Committee said ministers hadn't been clear on the financial or environmental cost of burning some of the items. Joining me now is environmental engineer and Extinction Rebellion member Georgia Elliott-Smith. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. So £4 billion worth of PPE to be burned, apparently, but burned to be used for energy. So what's your reaction to that?
Well, burn to be used for energy. I mean, this implies that this is a good thing. Last year, I took the government to court over waste incineration and the fact that it has a huge impact on the environment and on human health, but it enjoys major loopholes in regulation, in taxation. It doesn't pay its way towards the burden of pollution that it puts on society, and it's a significant contributor to climate change.
So sorry to interrupt, just to get some clarification. When you say you took the government to court over waste incineration, was that incineration just for destruction, or was that bringing in the new generation of incinerators which are used to produce energy, which is what's being talked about here?
Yes, so energy from waste. I use incineration as a catch-all term for both. So energy from waste incineration, that was the basis of the case. So commercial waste incinerators are really booming at the moment. We're seeing a huge growth, and there's a vast amount of greenwash around them being a climate solution. The truth, though, is that global meta-studies have found that they have a causal link with all kinds of health impacts, health problems and diseases like asthma, stroke, even autism spectrum disorder, and that they have a significant impact on climate. And so, for example, the UK's operational waste incinerators at the moment produce the same amount of CO2 as the whole of Manchester and Birmingham put together each year. This is something that we don't hear about, the fact that burning plastics in incinerators is dirtier than burning coal, and we're phasing out coal energy generation. So why are we so positive about burning plastics in order to produce our energy?
I mean, it does obviously sound on the face of it like a good way to generate energy, use waste to produce it. Is there a way that you could see that this could be done without burning plastic and used in a better way?
Well, I'm an environmental engineer. Part of my previous work was visiting waste incinerators, and on the face of it, it does appear like a win-win. You have to get rid of the waste somehow, and burning it to produce energy seems like a positive thing. But once I really started digging into the science and getting behind the greenwash, I am shocked at how I was deceived and the reality of the situation. What I do accept is that incineration is part of the waste hierarchy, and there will always be some toxic, difficult to dispose of wastes that may need to be used in very efficient waste incinerators located in the right places. But what we're seeing at the moment is a wholesale incineration of our waste. Over 50% of our waste at the moment is incinerated, and I think most people are quite shocked by that. They think that most of it is recycled. That's not the case. Burning is cheaper, and we're seeing this with the PPE waste that's coming out at the moment. The reality is it's cheaper to burn it. It's a very profitable business model, waste incineration. So single polymer plastics, like we're finding in plastic gloves or goggles, the sort of PPE that's being destroyed, it could be recycled, but it's cheaper to burn it. And then we get this greenwash around it being a positive solution. It simply isn't.
And when you say recycled, do you mean melted down and used for something else, or repurposed, or as in redistributed? Because the Department of Health says it is using a range of measures to manage excess stock of PPE, such as donating equipment to charities and transport agencies.
Absolutely. Well, I don't have the exact figures on how much is being incinerated and recycled and so on. That's quite murky. They haven't really told us the proportions. I see no reason why the PPE that is substandard for the NHS may be perfectly suitable for other businesses that need some form of barrier protection, but not to the same level as frontline care workers. And so I would see no reason why this initially couldn't be reused, donated, or even purchased by businesses and households, rather than going for destruction either through recycling or incineration.
Thank you, Georgia Elliott-Smith.
Thank you.